Welcome to episode 4 of the Snowball Effect. I'm here with the legend Cooper Weiss. It's official. We are giving Social Snowball merch to every single guest. I've said in every episode. I'm going to keep saying it. If you want Social Snowball merch, and it's an excuse to come on. Cooper, you're a legend. You've done some pretty awesome things. I'm super excited to dive into you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So first thing I want to talk about, it's like kind of a big one. I think like this was probably, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of your first ever e-commerce ventures. I don't want to say invented, but you like definitely popularized the most legendary e-commerce product to ever exist, the fidget spinner.
Yeah.
So could you just like touch on that entire like journey? Like how did that start? How did it grow, everything?
Yeah, so we definitely didn't invent the fidget spinner. We were the first company to mass produce and market it.
Okay.
So that was about like 4 or 5 years ago now, but it all started back in high school with my business partner, Alan Maman.
Right.
And we were just like 3D printing them in our high school. And like we sold them all out in our high school, like the first day.
So you were like,
it was like going crazy.
handing them out.
Yeah, we were just handing them out, like selling them to friends,
Okay.
and just making them in our high school, literally 3D printing them in our science lab. And it just got so popular and started to like blow up. So we started in the lab, and then we bought our own 3D printers, and then we went to a 3D printing factory in Brooklyn. Then we went to China, and the rest is...
So when you started like actually buying your own equipment, like your own printer and just like expanding, was that just from profits that you made by actually like handing them out in school and like getting $10 bills from like your classmates? Or did you like get an investor or something?
Yeah, so we were investing all the money we were making just back into the business. And then eventually we went to Founders, which was like a startup incubator in Newark, New Jersey.
Okay.
Founded by Gerard Adams.
Oh yeah.
The founder of Elite Daily, if anyone knows him. And yeah, he invested in the company and kind of introduced us to like the social aspect of things and all like the original like meme pages. I know a lot of people do like meme page and stuff now. This was like...
It's like OG. What year is this?
This was like OG. This was 2016, 2017.
This is OG. Pretty OG.
This was like, I was on like Kik messaging meme pages way back in the day.
Got you. So you guys ended up building an online store and then just completely running it up. Were you running ads? Were you, besides the meme pages, like how are you getting traffic? Because I mean, eventually fidget spinners turned into, like a trend is an understatement. Like I don't even know what the word for that would be. Like legitimately.
It was huge.
Like so like how did it get from like handing it out in high school, building an online store to like literally a movement?
Yeah, so it started local. Like it started in our high school just doing like sales for cash in person. We actually ended up getting suspended.
I was gonna ask, it's not even allowed. Yeah.
Because we had no cost. We were using all the school's materials.
Oh.
So we'd like stay after school and just use the 3D
and people
printers.
didn't know you were doing that.
No. So
no
like
way.
And then like one day I was printing out all shipping labels from like my high school's like printer.
No way.
And like the principal got them, like called me in. It's literally my name and my address as the return address. And they're like, what is this? I'm like, wasn't mine. I swear, like I wasn't doing this even though I was so guilty. And we got suspended from school, and that's when we had to go and buy our own first 3D printer.
Wait, so even while you were doing e-commerce, you were printing the labels from school too?
I mean, dude,
and making the fidget
we were high school students.
Yeah, like why not?
We were staying scrappy, you know?
I like that. So then you built an online store, and then you started running meme page ads to it, and then did it just like explode?
That was like definitely the biggest thing. This was like, we would spend $20 for like a shout out on Instagram. Like this is again way back, and we like $3K in revenue. So we were doing
printing.
Yeah, this was even before I even really knew about Facebook ads.
Right.
We started running Facebook ads and like hired a guy to do that, but this was like pre.
Okay. And then so then like, I guess like people started copying the store. I'm assuming I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean
because it blew up everywhere. There's probably a million fidget spinner stores now.
It was the biggest trend ever.
Yeah.
So it's hard that someone's not going to copy. It was also so quick. So we couldn't like patent it, and we couldn't really do anything about that just because one, we didn't invent it. So we probably couldn't get the patent anyways. And then two, it happened so quick. Like patents take a while. They cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah.
So how long did you ride it out? Like how did it eventually end?
I think it was about a year and a half, and this was like, everyone had fidget spinners now. Like Walmart was doing every single store had them. They're on the streets of New York City.
Yeah, did you get
like they're going for like $2. We facilitated a deal for Walmart for 300,000
units.
And
wow.
Yeah, it wasn't through like Fidget 360, but we set up all the infrastructure and branded it. And yeah, we did that, but then, dude, it just got so saturated. There was like millions everywhere where people just wanted to get rid of
remember
them.
this time so much.
Yeah, we just kept dropping the price more and more and more until like it just wasn't profitable anymore. And the trend started to like switch where it's like, oh, we don't like fidget spinners anymore.
Right, right. The inevitable. So, it died out. Okay, super cool, super cool. So then you went on to building another brand, right?
Yeah, so after that I founded Magnet Mount, which was a phone and car accessory brand.
Right.
So our first product was just like a sleek looking car mount. We just wanted a car mount that like, my dad bought me a car mount to drive. He's like, the only way you could drive if your phone's mounted.
Yeah.
And it was like some ugly car mount. It stuck off like an inch out of my phone, and it was so annoying to put my phone down and have it on. So we got this sleek car mount. The magnet was like just super thin, just goes right behind your case, and they just like looked really nice. So we started with that. Then we did a wireless charging car mount.
Right.
We did like a 3-in-1 wireless charger, and yeah, I ran that for 3 years. We had 100,000 customers, a little over 5 million in revenue.
Congratulations.
And then got acquired last summer.
Right.
Yeah.
Big congratulations. That's a huge goal everyone in the e-commerce world has, is to build a sick brand and then exit. So you lived that.
Yeah, and that was all Facebook ads.
Okay.
That was like, all my business came
and
from
Facebook
ads,
them
Google
yourselves?
ads. No, I wasn't running them myself.
Okay. Yeah.
At the beginning I was.
You hired someone?
Yeah.
An agency or just like
more like independent contractors who have small teams, but shout out Austin Engelhart. He ran them for the last year, and he absolutely killed it. Yeah, he's the best when it comes to Facebook ads. So definitely reach out to him if you need Facebook ads. A little plug.
Okay, sick.
But
cool.
Yeah.
All right. So my next question for you, and this is the question I ask like everyone we have on. It's a pretty straightforward question. In today, like right now, what is like the biggest or multiple of the biggest trends or the buzz in the DTC world? What are things that are working really good right now that maybe didn't exist before, that might not be around forever? What is like the biggest trend that you see happening right now in the world of DTC?
The biggest trend I'd say right now is definitely the subscription model.
Okay.
I see like so many companies are doing it now, and I think it's such a smart business model because the customers are automatically coming back at least for another month and hopefully longer. And that allows you to spend more money on the front end to beat out the competition and spend more to acquire the customers because you have the money coming in from the back end from the subscriptions.
Okay.
So I think that's like the biggest trend right now. There's so many people doing it, and there's a lot of different regulations coming out with like how to cancel it and whatnot. So as long as you're doing it right, I think it could be super successful.
Yeah, one thing I've seen recently that I was just listening to a podcast the other day, and a brand was talking about like how to make subscriptions like as transparent to the consumer as possible. And one thing that they were doing with SMS is every time a new subscription would come, or like it would be a few days before they would get the customer would get billed, they'd send them a message being like, would you like to cancel, renew, or change your subscription, or skip. Skip was another option. They could like skip a month. They could change the variant. I think it was like a soda company. I think it was like Olipop maybe.
Yeah.
So they could like change the flavor that they were getting that month, and so like the customer knew exactly what they were getting. There was nothing like schemy or shady going on behind the scenes, which I feel like a lot of like subscriptions kind of had a bad reputation, especially in like the supplement space. Like there was just a lot of people getting opted into things they didn't understand, et cetera. But I fully agree. If you do subscriptions right, it's a great way to like get more LTV out of a customer and just like build a bigger company.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that, but like I just know so many companies like do it really sneakily where it's hard to cancel. They don't really tell you like what's going on. So do it transparently, and I think that'll work out really well.
Are there any like products or niches that you'd say like you should avoid when doing subscriptions? Obviously, it would have to be something that like runs out that you would need a refill of, I'm assuming.
Yeah, there's nothing really off the top of my head, but definitely I know there's a lot of like food products, because let's say you don't like finish it and then you already have it or it goes bad and you keep getting, but I don't know any off the top of my head.
Have you been involved in any subscription businesses?
I personally haven't.
Okay.
I've just been seeing them everywhere. Yeah, because I'm working on a new brand. It's kind of not disclosed at the moment, but I've been doing a lot of work just studying and looking into everyone and seeing what everything's doing, and that's like one of the biggest things that's standing out to me right now.
So with subscriptions, there's like two approaches. I see a lot of like brands that are doing it correctly do. Either, and there's one that I think is better, I want to get your opinion on it, but either they're like really like pushing for the subscription, and like when you go to the product page, it's like start subscription, there's like, you have to like navigate extensively to just buy one product, or there's just a very clear set options that's like subscribe or just buy one, and it's like you're not pressured to subscribe, they're not opting you in, but after you do buy that one, I'm sure they're going to remarket you with a lot of materials that are like, oh, like email, SMS, that are going to try to get you to subscribe. Do you think like for like kind of like pushing people into subscription is a not sustainable way to do it, because you could be losing business off the front end that might not even just be wanting to take the risk of a subscription, they'll be like, oh, I'll forget to cancel, but at the same time the people who you do subscribe might just give you a way higher LTV. But on the other hand, like if you're doing it just giving people the option like super transparently up front and they're happy with it, they might just be like so happy with their experience that they end up subscribing afterwards, and then you didn't lose the customer and you got the LTV.
Yeah, I definitely would recommend giving everyone the option to just order one so they could test it out. They don't have to deal with the subscription and worrying like, oh, I have to cancel it in 30 days, whatever. So yeah, but I mean, like the whole point of the subscription is you want them to subscribe. So I feel like every company that has a subscription is offering like a deal like subscribe and save.
And
I say that on
right.
every single
yes.
site ever, because obviously they want you to subscribe, because then you're getting the every month the payment.
Right,
so,
right.
You know.
So giving a little incentive, but also keeping both options very clear and easy to select either. Yeah.
Exactly. I think everyone who's winning is just like treating the customers right. You know?
Yes.
No scheming.
As transparent as possible.
Yeah, that's it.
Agreed.
That's it.
Agreed.
Totally agree.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Cooper, thank you so much for being my 4th ever guest. It was
Thanks
great
for having
you
me
on. You're a legend. People, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll have another episode very soon.